morning, family. This is Tina. How is everyone doing this morning? Before I get started, if you haven't already subscribed to this channel, go ahead and do so. So I have been, well, as you can see, I have a new color here. Green. Yes, spring is in the air. So let's go ahead and get that out the way. It's human hair. So, of course, your girl is having to put curls and all that kind of stuff in there. So, you know, I don't like doing that, but I wanted this green. So, hey, you got to do what you got to do. But anyway, I am going to, in light of this whole Derek Jackson relationship, I don't know if he was supposed to be a guru or what. I had seen him a couple of times on my feed on Facebook, my timeline, and listened to him a couple of times, but he wasn't somebody that I listened to. So I know a lot of people have a lot to say about the situation that's going on with him and his wife. I'm not going to speak on that because if they like it, I love it. And if she don't, hey, that's her business. She'll deal with it however she chooses to deal with it. However, in light of that, I have decided to go ahead and tell my own personal story of how I ended up in Oklahoma City and how I ended that first marriage, how I left that first marriage. Now, I am going to start out by saying a couple of key points. The first key point I have addressed already in a video about how I had a really bad low self-esteem when I was a young girl. So up until the age of 17, I had allowed boys to misuse me, mistreat me. And so, however, but at 17, when Cookie Summerall stated or called me one of the 3 black beauties, that began to shift my thinking and how I viewed myself. So my self-esteem had raised. And of course, I was on this kick at that point of I am somebody. I deserve to be treated with respect and dignity. So that's one key point. So that shift started at age 17. I also attended a church where, you know, my pastor, God rest his soul, he passed away back in 99, I believe it was. However, I belong to a missionary Baptist church where as a member, you didn't make a move without your pastor. So that is a key point. Also, FYI, the Tina today and the Tina that left home will never, ever allow any man that much control over my life. I'm going to say that again. I will not allow any man to have that much control over my life. I don't care who he is. So want to get that out the way. So those are a couple of key points that I want to make before I, you know, embark on this journey of how I came to Oklahoma City. Now, it'll probably be over a few days because, of course, this is a story. I was married to my first children's father for 9 years. Now, I left at the 7-year mark but we ended up getting a divorce 2 years later after I moved here to Oklahoma City. However, how that came about, we had always had a rocky marriage where we would be arguing and fighting and physical fighting, all this. It was just crazy. And at times I wanted out of the marriage because, as I said, I was on this journey of, you know what? I don't deserve this. I don't care who you are. You're not going to treat me like this. Blah, blah, blah. And remember, as I've said in my previous videos, I had a mouth on me. And I would fight you back. So it was always finances. We had children. I grew up in a church where we were taught to be fruitful and multiply. So, I was pregnant along with women who now have 15, 16 kids. We were, having them at the same time. And had I not left, I probably would have 15, 16 kids. However, I don't, talk about or bash anybody who have that many children. Children are a blessing. But I'm just setting up the scene for you of how I was raised and what I was taught. And so, I would have children, I would have my babies, and I love my babies. But at the same time, I always knew in the back of my mind that this is not how life should be. Had my suspicions that he was cheating, couldn't prove it. I had the opportunity to cheat, almost did. But I thought about, number one, I feared God too much. That was first off. Number two, it wasn't even about him. But number two, I did not want to be the source of another woman's pain. I'm going to say that again. I did not want to be the source or the cause or partially the reason for another woman's pain. I just couldn't see myself tagging that on to my resume, so to speak. I couldn't do it because he was married also. And I couldn't do it. I couldn't do sis like that. So, hey, more power to the women or whatever you want to call it. The side chicks, if that's what you want to do, hey, that's fine. But I couldn't do it. So, I couldn't go that route. As I go on, we have the children, we argue, we fight, and then we got to a point in the marriage where we decided, okay, if we have to argue and fight, we don't need to be together. But I had also got to a point that if he's cheating, if he's doing something he got no business doing, Lord, reveal it to me. Also, let me go back. Part of why we were always having issues is that I loved his dad, but, and God rest his soul, I just felt like he was too involved in the marriage. And that's all, I'm going to say on that. A lot of our arguments were behind how I felt like my husband's family treated him. Remember, I had a mouth. You're not going to treat me any kind of way. And I did not like the way he was being treated. However, what I have come to learn and what I have told my children about their father is, regardless to what was said to him by family, he always maintained a level of respect for his father. Now, whether that was right, whether that was wrong, I don't know. However, I do know that much about his character. It wasn't in him to be disrespectful. And as I have gotten older, I have learned that, and I understand that better now. But back then, I didn't understand it. So we had gotten to a point where we had decided, we're not going to keep doing this. I had decided, you know what? If he out there doing something he ain't got no business doing, the Lord will reveal it sooner or later. So, we go on. And then he ends up buying me this beautiful home out in Raleigh, Tennessee. And back then, that was a beautiful community. I'm not sure what the community looks like right now, but back then it was a beautiful community. So I'm gonna stop at this point in the story because I am getting ready for work, and as you can see, I gotta put a few more curls in this green beautiful hair that Miss Johnny slayed. But I will be back tomorrow to finish the story. All right. And as you can see, I am rocking jeans today. But you know what? I got that green and blue top. So that's my outfit of today. Now, as I said at the beginning, if you haven't already liked, subscribed, or hit that notification bell, go ahead and do so you'll know the next time I'm on telling the rest of this story. And also, if you're not already doing it, always take the long way home. Bye.
Are we lost? Are we not?